So hello everyone, so this is me showing you a little bit how I use OBS. OBS is short for Open Broadcast Studio, so you can say OBS software. And it is a very useful instrument and tool to add a lot of flexibility, a lot of additional features to your recordings. You can use this together with Teams. You can use this with Panopto when you use the so-called virtual cam. So I'm just going to give you a very quick rundown of the of how I'm using it here. So I can use something called a scene. That's probably the most important thing that you can learn in the beginning for OBS. So I'm just going to share my screen. Don't be shocked. You will see quite a lot of me in that screen. Let's just switch over so you see me and my main screen right here. So I'm just gonna close this. So you see here my main screen. There's a lot going on the main screen. And of course, since I have myself here on the main screen, I'm being repeated, yeah, but you see a couple things here. Here in the middle you see the main window where all the magic happens. Then down here is a so-called virtual camera, and that is the camera that I select in Teams or in Panopto, for instance, in order to get my imagery and my audio over to whatever I'm using to record it or whatever I'm using to stream it. Here on the left hand side you see so-called scenes. By the way, you can in the software move this just anywhere. By default it's somewhere down here, yeah, or over here. I just prefer it over here. Alright, but it's entirely personal preference. And this is a scene selection that I use in order to record lectures for a specific course of mine, ITMA, Introduction to Management Accounting. And I can just give you a run through of the scenes that I'm using. Here I have as a scene, so basically how do you want the screen to look like? That's what a scene is. The intro music. Then I have something called the main cam and logo. That's me in the main screen. Then you have main screen and cam. This is what you're seeing right now, and I'm here down here in the corner, yeah, where I put my cam. So if I'm moving my mouse pointer over here, do you see that I'm being highlighted here? I could move myself all over the place here, no problem. Yeah, so this is very useful for our teaching if you want the students to see the screen, the content, and you. Yeah, so just to give you an idea how that may look like. So if I have my slides here, yeah, so you should see this now on screen that I'm down here and the students see me next to the content. Of course you need to have a look if you're covering up parts of the content, yeah, but even that would not be a big deal, because all you would need to do, just let me move this over here, you can hide yourself and be back. Simple as that. And then I have an overhead cam if I want to demonstrate things. So currently my desk is a bit messy, but I'm going to show you regardless. And then have an outro. This is very basic stuff that kind of mixes up the delivery, gives you more options. And as you move more into the software, the better you can tell what is possible. There's a lot of widgets and a lot of free add-ons that you can use for transitions, for effects, for different views, etc, etc. So let me just show you what my various scenes look like. So first the intro. So I'm not going to show you the entire intro, but you get the idea. That intro I made with a free software called Canva, by the way, online. But yeah, there's various ways you can do that. You don't need an intro video, obviously. Yeah, but I wanted one, so you can play any kind of video here. That's my main screen and cam, as you can see. me bigger, and I'm sitting right now in front of a green screen. Yeah, so you don't see the green screen now, but I can set this up also in OBS. It takes a green screen, so I'm sitting in front of one, don't have the MS Teams halo around me, but you don't need a green screen obviously, but you can use a green screen very well. And this is the previous view you had of me and the main screen, and of course when you can play around with the camera, where to place the camera. So if I'm looking right now at my main screen here, it looks as if I'm looking towards the content. And then we have the overhead cam, so don't be shocked, it's a bit messy. I'm just moving that out of the way here, but you see this is my desk. If I want to demonstrate something that the students need to see, yeah, then I have a camera right up there. There's my microphone currently, so that's for my setup. That will also change, will move up, so it's not on the desk. And some other stuff here, I'm just checking, nothing embarrassing here. No, it's all good. Yeah, and then have an outro. In the outro, I'm in the middle of the screen, so you can again move yourself around here. Yeah, and that's basically it. Yeah, I have other scenes set up for other modules, other courses that you can put into so-called profiles and scene collections, but that's probably more in depth then. But the software, just to demonstrate you what you can do, a couple of terminology such as scenes, such as sources is important. So if I just show you the main screen again, you see that down here we have sources. Yeah, so sources such as the main camera, then the screen here, that is my main screen, the microphone. So the sources are the components on screen that you can then adapt. I can, if I want, make myself larger here, make myself smaller again, something like this. Yeah, you can crop the selection by pressing the Alt key, and keep it pressed, and then you can make this smaller or larger, depending what you want to do with it. And so there's a lot of possibility. Should give you a fairly good idea what can be done in the beginning. A little bit of terminology I've also shown you. The in-depth stuff can be learned later on. Yeah, but if you want to get started, it's actually very simple. The software is free and you can download the software. Just let me show you. OBS, download, and then you get to the first one. It's obsproject.com download, and it is entirely free. It runs on pretty much any of the systems. So if you have a Mac or a Linux system or Windows, and then you download it, very simple stuff, and it's all free. Elect this. I can show you what you can do then in Teams, for instance, to make sure that here you have virtual camera selected right there. It's called virtual camera, and that is basically your new camera, so to speak. Yeah, and then anywhere where you can select a camera, if you select the OBS virtual cam, then you'll see the image that you'll see on screen right now. So if I'm just gonna go ahead, just gonna go into my settings here and show you. Yeah, so you see a couple of content here from me. You click on your icon here on the top, go to settings, devices, and then you can see down here where you select the camera. You can of course select your regular cams. Ignore the other bits here. The one of importance is OBS virtual camera will be new, so to speak, once you install OBS, and then it shows you your image. That's it. Now, and then you can stream to Teams. Yeah, so in Teams you can select the camera. You might need to play around with the audio a little bit. I'm using something in addition to get my audio mixed, but that's probably more advanced and not necessary in the beginning. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, very simple stuff. I hope that was useful. Sorry if it got a bit longer, but should give you a fairly good idea what I'm doing with OBS. Thank you very much.